Hey everybody, it's Tallara and welcome back to Cassette Beasts. On our last episode, we not only took down a few ranger captains, but we also met a new guy named Felix. He seemed like an interesting fellow and he asked us to meet him at his place in West Harbourtown. West Harbourtown is an area that we haven't actually been to yet. The bridge is pulled up, as you can see, so we haven't been able to get across, which means we need to find another way to get to the other side of town. So I was taking a look at the map, and it appears if we kind of go up and around the back side of town, I think we might be able to get over to the west side. So let's check this out together. I think if we go up this way to what's called the upper path, we take a left past these shipping containers. Then over here we have a weird little platform thing, another weird little platform thing, and voila! A brick that we can break! Whew! I love how as soon as we went through we got a loading screen. Alright, but I think we came to do what we had to. That's right, West Harbourtown. Welcome. All right, now that we're on the other side of town, I definitely want to take a moment to explore, aka break into everyone's houses. Hello. Don't worry about the traffic crap. That's just my son. He loves playing with his bootleg tape. Bootleg? Yeah. Have you ever seen a monster in your travels that isn't its normal color? That's a bootleg. Oh, interesting. Okay, so is this Cassette Beasts' version of a shiny Pokemon? A bootleg monster? Huh, cool. Bootleg monsters permanently have different colors, different elemental types, and different moves from usual. Okay, so that's different than a shiny Pokemon. Not only do they have a different color, they've got an actual different typing. That's actually a really unique difference. I like it. When you record them, they keep those attributes. Recorded bootlegs have a higher rate of producing uncommon and rare moves, so they can be very useful. Here, why don't you take this and see for yourself? Captain Cody gives me his spares, so I have plenty already. Cool, okay, so we got a Pom Bomb, but look at it, it's a glass type. Whoa, that's actually really awesome for multiple reasons. First of all, I love Pom Bomb. I think it's the most adorable design. Second of all, I love his remixed coloring. He's all silvery, kind of looks robotic. Third of all, he's a glass type. We don't have a glass type, so honestly, we might have to put this Pom Bomb into our party. That is fantastic. Pom Bomb was put into storage. Bootleg monsters can appear anywhere at random, but apparently they're more often seen in fusions. I've heard that some very rare bootleg monsters sparkle and shine, like as if they're covered in glitter. Cool. That's an oddly covered traffic crab, which is apparently just his son. Very cool. Alright, so we learned about bootleg monsters and got an awesome one of our own. So already our trip into West Harbourtown is absolutely paying off. See, this is why it pays off to walk into random people's homes uninvited. You never know what you might find inside. What do you have for us, sir? Life in Harbourtown is peaceful, but I miss city life. Commuting on hot trains, buying expensive lunch from a supermarket, losing most of my wages to rent. Those truly were the days. Clearly me and you value different things in life, bud. A lot of newcomers in town go through a difficult period. If I had any advice for you, it would be to embrace your new life here. That doesn't mean you should also forget the life you used to have, though. You're as much your past as you are your future, you know? Wise words. Very wise words. Hello? Oh, what is this place? The chemist's store. Interesting. I specialize in stickers that change type with the user. Very handy if you're also using my colleagues' coatings. And they're all compatible with every tape to boot. Okay, so this is another sticker store. But specifically, yeah, they're all stickers that will take the typing of your monster. That's another really cool feature in Cassette Beasts so far, not something you see in your typical creature catching games, are these sorts of moves. The moves will adapt to the user. So for example, if you equip the old one to our new glass type monster, it would be a glass type move. So that's kind of cool. I'm actually going to pick up the old one too. I think that's a pretty good move. And then her husband, he says, elemental chemistry is the key to success in combat. I designed stickers that give you control of chemistry and the advantage in battle. Cool, so these stickers actually change the type of the user. Again, another really cool gameplay tactic that we've encountered in Cassette Beasts so far, but alright. We'll note the chemist's house on our map. I'm sure we'll be back for more stickers in the future. First of all, though, next door to the chemists is the Harbourtown Heritage Center, charting the history of our unlikely community. Oh, cool. Hello.
Hey.
My great-grandfather was one of the sailors who was shipwrecked on New Wirral over 100 years ago. I'm sure he'd be proud to see what we've made of this place. Okay, so we're gonna get a little history of New Wirral. I love me some lore in video games, so I'm all ears for this. Let's learn more. Year 1. The British naval vessel HMS Birkenhead sinks in a storm in the Earth year 1845. Much of the crew and wreckage wash ashore on an unknown island, later christened New Wirral. Interesting. So the first people who came here was about 100 years ago, which also means that Cassette Beasts is taking place approximately 20 years in the future. But it was a British naval vessel, and its entire crew were the first settlers of this land. Interesting. Year 2. New arrivals appear for the first time. Harbourtown is officially founded. The first recorded encounter with an unknown native creature or monster occurs. Year 6. The first child is born on New Wirral. The first attempt to leave New Wirral ends in disaster. A vessel built on the island is sunk by storms a mile from the coast. Okay, so you can't even sail away. Year 48. Okay, big time jump. Following the arrival of multiple engineers, the first electrical grid is built in Harbourtown. Year 50. Upon the 48th anniversary of its formation, Harbourtown dissolves its previously established mayoral position and becomes managed by a committee. Year 62. An attempt to form a second town, named New London, begins on New Wirral. Year 89. After a terrible disaster, New London is destroyed. Only one resident survived and was able to return to Harbourtown. Year 91. Fall Down Mall is discovered, bringing a large supply of earth goods to New Wirral. The phenomenon of monster recording is discovered for the first time. Okay, so in terms of the history of the land, this whole monster recording, battling process is actually fairly new, so that's awesome. I find this stuff super interesting. Who are you?
Hello.
Harbourtown has a more interesting history than you'd think. It's important to look back on our history here if we want to see what our future needs of us. That was certainly worth visiting. This was a fantastic learning opportunity. I hope you guys enjoyed learning a bit more background about the world we find ourselves in.
Hey.
Ianthe is my hero. Did you know she was the first person on the island to record a monster with a cassette player? I didn't know that. Wow. We are just learning so much lore here today. It's fantastic. Okay, this is Eugene's place, apparently. Eugene, he likes punching things. He likes maps. Interesting. Oh, and if we click these buttons, we can lower the bridge so we can easily get over to West Harbourtown at any time. You're welcome, Harbourtown residents. Not sure why anyone else couldn't do that, but anywho. Okay, not much to say. Fair enough. Not everyone's as chatty as me, I suppose. I bet you'd never expect to see someone as famous as me here, did you? Wait, don't you recognize me? I have no idea who you are, bud. Not a clue. What is this area? It's got 3 doors. Let's take the one on the right, which gives us loot, so clearly I made the right decision. Any door that leads me to treasure is a right door in my books. In the middle, we've got this lady, Anxious Ranger. Pardon me, but are you involved with the Rangers? I mean, yeah, kind of. I'm working to become a full-fledged member. Okay, wonderful. I'm a fellow ranger. Well, a trainee at least. Perhaps you could lend me a hand. I've got some plant saplings grown by the Pipers over on their farm. They're for prettying up the town. However, I'm not great at decision-making. Which plants would look best? It's too much. Would you help a fellow ranger out and put some saplings in the planters I've left around town? Oh, I have noticed those planters around town, actually, so I'm sure it would look much better if they actually had flowers in them, so absolutely, I'll help you out.
Thanks.
Thank you. Here, take these. Gardening kit. A set of seeds, saplings, and some basic tools for sprucing up the planters around town. We got our new quest, planting the seed. Apparently there's 14 saplings we need to plant around Harbourtown. So let's do it. I mean, the first ones appear to just be right here. Ooh, but here's where the decision making comes in. We've got leafy bush, cherry blossom, red roses, pale orchids, or lavenders. Since these flower boxes are inside, I think I'm gonna fill them full of lavenders because lavenders smell delicious. So you're welcome, Ranger, for giving you the nice smelling flowers. The scribbled notes say, this great masked snake can take a third path if allowed to harness the zephyrs of wind. Huh. Is that a note about evolution, maybe? I didn't quite understand it, but it piqued my interest. Okay, we've got more flower boxes right here. Let's put another nice smelling flower inside. Perhaps the red roses would go nice. This is cool. I like how you actually get to decorate the town. I really like this, actually. This might be the best quest we've picked up yet. Alright, we still haven't found Felix, though. Felix, do you really live over here? This has to be your house. Aha, it is! Hi, Felix.
Hey.
Oh, hey. You came to hang out. You want to see what I rescued from the sad remains of my old place? Sure. So, in my regular life, I was a zote artist. A what? It's easier to show. Check this out. So, this is a zote reel. You slot it into this zoetrope right here, then look through the slot. The zoetrope has a monitor in it, so when I hit this button, it spins. Okay, so I guess this guy is not from our Earth, because I've never heard of these things before. Unless I'm just an uncultured swine. If so, please let me know down below. The row of the zote strip has the same image drawn over and over with variations. When spun round, it animates and comes to life, right? Then you can pull the lever to switch to the next row for the next part of the story. You can tell the whole story and bring it to life, just with drawings. I've been obsessed with zotes ever since I was a kid. They used to be very popular, though they've kind of fallen out of fashion. It's more of a niche medium now, at least where I am from, I mean. Most zote stories are about heroes in the French Revolution, like the Scarlet Pimpernel. But ever since the big-budget movie adaptations really took off, there's been less interest in the source material. I got into these stories as a kid and couldn't shake my love for them. I guess that's why I'm an artist now. Right now I'm trying to come up with some new characters, and it turns out an island full of weird monsters is the perfect place to find inspiration. Which means you might be able to help me out. I'm searching for a particular creature and want to get a good look at one. I know you can find it in the Cherry Meadow. It's a warrior with a wooden sword. Can you help me out here? Sure.
Cool.
I'll mark it on your map for you. Quest updated. Okay. Felix wants us to fight a warrior with a wooden sword, which can be found in a place called the Cherry Meadow, all the way to the west. Noted. Alright, so not only did we get a new quest, we also unlocked a new partner. Welcome to the gang, Felix. I want to know what kind of monster Felix has. He has a brushroom. Oh, that's so cute. Since he's an artist, he's got a little mushroom artist as his monster form. That checks out. Brushrooms are keen artists and paint using the strange pigments that ooze from their heads. It has been observed that they are able to change the physical properties of an object they paint over depending on the color they use. Cool. Well, welcome to the team, Brushroom. Meredith has returned to the Gramophone Cafe, and Felix is going to join us for a while. You can look at his little zote at any time, apparently. It's right there on his dresser. And alright, I definitely want to head out to Cherry Meadows with our new friend Felix. Before we do, though, we may as well continue looking around Harbourtown to see if we can find the other planters and really make this place pretty. Speaking of planters, I see some right here. Oh cool, new monster stickers, says Felix. Yes, but we're not going shopping right now. We are decorating the town. We're gonna put some leafy bushes here, and then we're gonna pick up a rumor from this guy. Have you been to Ham before? You know, that little valley west of Eastham Woods where Captain Lodestone hangs out? I haven't, but alright. Mark that on the map, folks. We've identified another captain. Put leafy bushes there. I think right here I'm gonna do cherry blossoms. Oh, beautiful. I love cherry blossoms. They're some of my favorite plants. Let's see if there's any boxes down here. Felix says there's nothing like stretching your legs out on the pier, huh? Not sure why we hit a loading screen right here. That was kind of random, honestly. But I guess what we should be doing is checking everyone's house, because there's precedent that sometimes there are planters inside buildings. So while we're down here on the pier, I'm actually going to stop into all these little houses, make sure no one has any indoor planters for us to fill. I don't see any. So let's head up to the second tier of town. Well, actually, does the Gramophone Cafe have any planters? Nope. Alright, we're good. What about this lady's house? No planters. Alright. I think the lower level has been officially cleared, so let's head upstairs. Who wants flowers for their planters? Do you? Nope. Do you? Nope. Maybe no one else's houses has planters except the first gal. Ooh, I see planters right here. Okay, we're good. Planters. What are we gonna plant? What haven't we planted yet? We haven't planted any orchids. Oh, they're beautiful. Perfect. All right, so we've got at least one type of flower planted everywhere around town, so we'll have to start duplicating some now. None in here, just spooky crystal ball guy. Ah, here's some more. Are these the final ones, I wonder? I think I'm gonna do more cherry blossoms, because they are my favorite. Double up on cherry blossoms. Nope, that must not be all of them, because our quest didn't mark itself as complete. There's gotta be a few more. Let's see, quest log. Planting the seed. We're 12 out of 14, so there's 2 more planters somewhere. Presumably they'll be together, because so far all the planters we've seen have come in groups of 2. Are they in the town hall, perhaps? Yes, they are. Ooh, and Captain Penny Dreadful is here too, reporting in to Ianthe. I'm telling you, boss, something shifted on the astral plane lately. All the ghosts that are talking about it. There's some big players back on the board, they're saying. All the ghosts?
Yeah.
Of course, there's all sorts of spirit shades and tulpas hanging out on the astral plane. Where do you think I get my best intel from? I'll take your word for it. Anyway, didn't mean to eavesdrop on your conversation. I'm just here to make the place look pretty. We'll put some roses in here. And our quest is complete. We now need to inform the ranger that we've planted all the saplings, which we can absolutely do. Get over there. Toot sweet. It's the first time we've really encountered outdoor loading screens in the game. Has been going between areas in Harbourtown, so that's kind of interesting. Oh, you're done? I think it's fair to say that the town is looking a little nicer now. Thank you so much. There were so many choices to make that I was practically frozen. Here, take this in return for your help. Ooh, we got some experience points. Nice. We also got some new abilities. Fused material, pulp, and ethereal tape. Alright, so now that we're done that quest, I'd like to head out and help Felix out with his to-do. Before we do that, I am going to quickly head over to the Gramophone Cafe. I want to rest because I see on my health bar there on the right-hand side that I'm not actually full health. And then I also want to get that new bootleg tape into our party. It feels wrong to not carry a rare shiny monster with us, especially when it's a typing that we don't have. So let's take a quick break, rest up, we'll have a chat with Felix. He says, so let me get this straight. You don't have Zote strips where you're from, but you do have something called comic books, which you think are stylistically similar? Yeah. But these comic books of yours don't animate at all? They're just printed on paper and you just look at them? That sounds pretty weird to me, but I'll take your word for it. That's where movies and TV shows come in. That's how our comic books get animated. Alright, we're gonna rest. Felix did a little sketch. I think I just double rested actually, didn't I? Anyway, that's fine. And now let's fix up our party. The question is, who are we gonna replace? We might just have to replace regular Spitfire and just get a super cool Spitfire instead. So if we go back to storage, there's regular Spitfire. Well, I guess we're not replacing him with another Spitfire. We're replacing him with his baby form, Pom Bomb, but who will turn into a Spitfire. Get in here. We will check your tape. Put on some new moves if we can. We've got Spit, we've got Dog Ears, we've got Sticky Tongue. I'm sure we got lots of other abilities that we can use. He's better at ranged attack than physical attack, according to his stats, so we'll keep that in mind and see what we have. Glass Wall. I do like the wall abilities. We're definitely going to put that there. I'm going to remove and replace Dog Ears. We'll do Crystal Lens, which is a ranged glass attack. We're going to replace Sticky Tongue and see if we can get a ranged attack to use instead. The old one, too, is a melee, ranged. Oh, we've got a passive ability here. It reduces incoming glass type damage by 50%, sure. We love passive abilities. That might be good for right now, honestly. I found so far you kind of just need a couple of key abilities, you know? It would be nice if we did have something of a different typing, though, because when you get in that situation where we're up against something that we're not strong against elementally, it's nice to have a different option, but to be honest, we don't really have another option. The only thing we have is Zoomies, which is a physical attack. I think instead we'll just do Bottle Volley and we'll go all in on glass type attacks for right now. Pom Bombs obviously needs to level up and evolve, but for right now, I think he's good to add to our team. Alright, with that all sorted, we're going to head out. So we'll go to our quest log, we'll go to Felix's quest, Don't You Want Me? So that's far over into the west area that we've never been to before. So this is going to be a brand new journey for us. I'm excited. I'm sure we'll see lots of cool new monsters over there. And without further ado, let's go on an adventure! Alright, so we're sort of up around the area where we first met Felix in the first place. Yep, there's actually the little apartment that we met him in. So everything past here is uncharted territory for us. So let's see what we can find along the way. There's a lot of water in this area, which makes me think maybe we'll find water-type monsters. We're gonna find this girl. Hey, could you stand on this button for a moment? Sure. This is the first of what the Rangers have been calling the moving signposts. Some speculate if you stand on the buttons in the right order and follow all the signposts, it'll lead you to treasure. Others say it just takes you in a big loop. Well, don't mind if I do. I hear the sound treasure and my eyes automatically light up. Uh-oh. How did that guy see me from completely across the lake there? He really wants to fight me because he put in a lot of effort to swim all the way over here. He says, don't ask me where I keep my tapes. And now that you've said that, I certainly don't want to ask you. Ooh, it's a new monster. It is a water type, the Diveal. It's time to put our new creatures to the test. Plant type attacks sap and leech the strength of water type targets. Ooh, he changed himself to an ice type. So ice type will now be strong against my plant type. I'm wondering though, how is it against glass? Whoa. What else do you got for us, Traveler? Oh, another one of the exact same monster. I love when they do that. It's like, in what world do you think it's good strategy to just have multiple monsters that are the exact same? You know what? It's fine. It worked for us because, hey, we win. Pom Bomb got the zoomies. Got some materials. And now we don't need to ask him where he keeps his tapes. Oh, he's gonna tell us anyway. I keep my tapes in my waterproof backpack, of course. Phew. Not gonna lie, I was worried about where you might have been keeping those tapes. So I can't go in the water, because apparently I don't know how to swim, which means we're just gonna continue across the beach for now. Got some beautiful sand here. It's a really golden brown color. There's a guy who probably wants to fight us here. There's a campsite not far from here, but first, let's see how good you are. I did see the campsite around the corner, but yeah, I'm always down for a fight. Alright, we got the Startigrade, which glass should be good against. And then the cool thing about Felix's monster is that it relies a lot on these coatings. So if you use either plastic coating or water coating, it actually changes your monster's type, and then you're able to use this ability Paint Swipe. That can only be used if the user has a coating active. It'll hit the target and transfer the coating onto the target, which I think is kind of cool, because not only can the coating help you out in a situation like this, where plant would be weak against astral, but we can now do some cool things with that. So, because we're plastic, some of our abilities now change to plastic type, which is going to be super effective against Startigrade. Nice, yeah, that did a lot of damage. The internal harmony of astral types can be thrown into disarray by exposure to the impure elements, plastic, poison, and metal. Oh, I thought glass was part of that as well, so glass is just neutral versus Startigrade. The thing is now is that Startigrade has been turned into a plastic type, so we'll see if that changes anything for us. I gotta be honest, I'm not 100% sure what's good against plastic, so we're going to just experiment here. I mean, none of that was bad against plastic, so it's a good start. I'll take that. I will absolutely take that. But yeah, Felix is, now, of course, we can change Felix's monster at any time, but Felix's main monster comes with it some very interesting tactical decisions. So it's been kind of fun, actually. Alright, Startigrade is a tank. It has so much HP. It's always a challenge to take down. Felix got to level 33.
Well,
And this guy says you'll run into the campsite if you keep heading west. Can't miss it. Thanks, bud. I did see the campsite just around here, so we're gonna stop by and rest up. Felix recollects some fun anecdotes about citizens of Harbourtown, aka spills the tea. I'm in. Alright, we're rested, the sun is set, but we're going to continue on our journey. So looks like we can go over this bridge here, over this very fast-running river. Holy current. And what do we have over here? First of all, we've got a switch that I definitely want to press. Turns on a light, which summons that guy. What the heck? His name was Zuenzagi, which is a very cool name. But where did he come from? I don't know. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do water coating and then apply it to Dominoff, so we'll be super effective against him with our plant type. Paint swipe. Loud sounds and air-type attacks can cause glass-type targets to resonate and start vibrating. If the resonance becomes strong enough, it can cause the glass to break. Oh, okay, noted. Noted. Wow, that did so much damage. Zuenzagi got the water coating, but has now used another monster where he's a wind gloom, an electric type. Alright. Let's just do a regular smack and save up some AP for our next turn. So we're gonna want to stick to that plant type. Glass is an insulator, and as such, glass-type attacks can limit the scope of lightning-type attackers. Okay, cool. As I said before, glass is a new element for me, so I'm still trying to figure out its resistances and strengths, so all these tutorials kicking in is super helpful, actually. Alright, down goes Wind Gloom. We got a good hit in on Zuenzagi. Ooh, and he's got a Moth Manic. I've never seen that type of monster before. That's kind of cool. Luckily, the typing's to our advantage here. Glass and plant will be good. Boom! Alright, let's do this. The old 1-2! Easy. Nice.
Huh?
What? Now I don't know whether I was a man dreaming I was a Dominoth, or whether I am now a Dominoth dreaming I am a man. Huh. Well, best of luck figuring that out, I guess. For me, I'm gonna keep moving. Down to Thirstaton Lake. Hey, and look what we got here. New monsters, those Diveals. Definitely want to record one of those for myself. And we've actually got a water-filled tape, which is good for catching water-type monsters. So we'll definitely start off with that. Nice! Diveal's gonna be ours. Nice! Got ourselves a Diveal. The Diveal's helmet heads not only allow them to breathe in water, but contain an air pocket that helps them float in water. Whereas they are very mobile in lakes and seas, they are a little slower on land. That checks out. Well, welcome to the team, Diveal. Oh! Not only did we get a new monster for the compendium, it appears the Diveal is one of those monsters that teach us overland abilities. That's so awesome. We now know the Diveal swim, which allows us to swim in water. Heck yeah. Perfect, so we can go swimming after this. Don't mind if I do. All right, let's finish this now. The old 1-2 should do a lot of damage here. Oh yeah. 1 down, 2 down, wow. Felix gave him the old 1-2 and they did not like that one bit. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Alright, so with the Diveal ability, we're going to be able to explore in the water areas around here, which clearly is going to open up a lot of the map. Before we do that, let's talk to this guy. And he says, "My Diveal have really taken a liking to you. Now I must fight you to preserve my status as their alpha." Seems weird, but okay. Oh! He's got the evolved form of the Diveal, which is called the Scubbleris. That's kind of cool. Scubalrus? I think it's supposed to be scuba and walrus combined into one word. Scubalrus, I think, is how I should probably pronounce that monster. Oh, they gave each other ice coating. Or just one of them got ice coating. Okay. Well, if that's the case, try to hit them with glass, because we're going to do the old 1-2, which is going to be effective against everyone else, except that one that's now ice type. 1 Diveal down. Oh, it was still effective on the other Diveal, so that's fine. There we go. Sorry, bud. Guess I'm the alpha around here. Ah, I'm out of my depth. Well, since you're here, why not record one of my Diveal? You can use their abilities to swim. Ah, so if we had battled him first, he would have given us the hint that we should record a Diveal, but anyway. Alright guys, well, we met up with Felix, unlocked the west side of Harbourtown, and now I have the ability to swim. So on our next episode, we're going to be doing a lot of water exploration. I'm going to call it a day here. I want to thank you all so much for watching. As always, I really appreciate you guys coming along on this Cassette Beasts journey with me, and hopefully I'll see you guys back here soon for another episode.